Welcome to a very, very exciting episode of the Fully Charged Show. Now, we are at a top secret location. No one knows where this is. We are not allowed to tell you. If you look for this farm on Google Earth, it's blurred out. It's so secret, and we're here. We've got 2 hours, that's all, to have a look at a car that I know a lot of viewers of Fully Charged were very, very interested in. And we're taking it out for a test drive. It is this, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. It is fantastic. Let me tell you, I've had a little sniff around it already. You're going to absolutely love it. But just before that, I just want to say how important it is for us if you subscribe to Fully Charged. We can make more and more shows about amazing cars like that. So this is a top secret farm. That is the Hyundai Ioniq 5, and this is the Fully Charged Show.
Don't forget our great EV giveaway. Subscribe and enter for the chance to win one of several electrifying prizes, including one of 4 electric cars.
This is so cool. I'm going to assume that I'm now in drive. The knobs are so cool. The steering wheel is amazing. Anyway, so I've got to get going because we've got very limited time with this car. Because it's, you know, it is literally, it's not even out yet. No one can buy one, but what an amazing looking machine. This is a beautifully next generation, really nicely put together car. I can tell that already. The look of it is really special. The feel of the driving of it, the controls of it. I haven't done any, it literally, when I started talking just now, that's it. That's when I got in the car. I got in the car. I didn't even have to turn it on because it was already on. They just literally brought it round. We rigged the cameras. I got in the car, boom, off we go. I just think this is the most gorgeous car I've seen this year. I love it. Just to explain, it's got German plates, but it is right-hand drive. So this is really an early model. They're still fiddling with the software a bit. Hardware is beautifully finished, let me tell you that. The thing I really like about it is, in appearance, it doesn't look like another compact SUV. To me, it looks like a sort of hatchback on steroids. So it's bigger. It's quite a big car. It's very, very roomy inside, but it doesn't look like the boring old SUVs that everybody's making. Well, even the Kona really was like a compact SUV. This just looks different. In fact, it's bigger. I mean, it's a really long wheelbase, massive wheels, huge wheels. The styling I really like, the way it looks. What's great about it is when you see pictures of a car, you go, oh, that looks nice, and then you actually see the real thing, and it looks like the pictures. So this particular model has a 78 kilowatt hour usable capacity and 4-wheel drive. So this is the 4-wheel drive version. The longest range you can get in this car is the 78 kilowatt hour rear wheel drive version, which I think is the one I'd go for. This is going to be similar to the Hyundai Kona in terms of range, 280, easy 280, if you're very, very careful, 300s. Okay, I'm going to floor it now just to see. So that is nice, but not staggering. Very, very impressive acceleration, but not breathtaking. But I think I should try all the various modes, because I'm on a nice big straight flat road. So this is now in sport. Oh, the steering corrected itself then. There's a lovely button down here where you can change the drive mode. Okay. Okay, yeah, sport makes a difference. When you feel the blood go to the back of your ears with the acceleration, you know that you're in a vehicle that is capable of some performance. So in comparison, let's say, with the Kona, the Hyundai Kona, which is a car I know very well, that is phenomenal. The car does have a frunk. It is a Hyundai Ioniq 5 with a frunk, and it has a lovely clamshell bonnet, which I think is nice. And I'm intrigued by the sharpness of the lines here in terms of, you know, safety, because that's why cars are all bendy and curvy at the front. It's meant to be a safe thing in case you run into someone, but it looks great. And the way the lights are sunk in, these 2 square lights, when you see the lights on, really does look good. Not even a hint or an attempt at putting a grille, although there's no petrol version of this car. I love that. It's built as an electric car. Charging is back here, and it's got a CCS charger. Now this charge port is a little bit winky wonky at the moment. They're still working on that, but you know, it's got CCS there, and it charges at 800 volts. It can do maximum, which means it charges very fast. It can go from 10% to 80% in 18 minutes, which is nice and impressive. If I press that button to close it, it doesn't quite close. We might talk about that. Still being fixed. It's all right. No, you're right. Calm down. No, just close. No, just close. No, really, just close. Can you do it? Come on, goes all the way. No, forget that. So there's an interesting thing about the charging. So charges at 800 volts, which is high speed, which will be, you know, somewhere around 200 kilowatts, which means you're adding an enormous amount of range capacity in a very short time. It will also charge on, you know, obviously it charges on lower ones. So say a 50 kilowatt charger, very common in the country. That will charge it. That's roughly 400 volts. But what the electric motor is capable of doing is operating as an inverter. So it will transform that 400 volt input into an 800 volt input. This is how it was explained to me, which means that you can charge the car faster than other cars charge on a 400 volt input. I'm not going to pretend I understand that, but that is how it was explained to me, and that in fact you can charge faster on a 50 kilowatt charger than any other car can, because you've got an inverter, but the inverter is the electric motor. The understanding of electronics in this car are really noticeable. Trunk, very impressive. To open it, I know exactly what you do. You just press that, and then it does that. And I'd say that's a pretty roomy, spacious trunk. I don't know how many litres it is. I don't know anything about that, but I know that this car has got 2 isofixes, 5 very, very capacious seats. Here is a little adapter tucked away. Now that end plugs in to your Type 2 socket in the car. We can have a look. That goes in there. But this end, look at this. This is very cool. That's a 3-pin UK domestic socket. You can plug that in, take power out of the car into something else. We'll show you what it can do, but you know, you can plug anything into anything. You can plug into a 3-pin socket in your house, and obviously if this was a European version it would have a European one, if it was American it would have an American one, all that stuff. But that plugs in there, then that closes. I couldn't work out what that is, and it's got a fluffy bit of there, so your cable comes out there. It's all very neat and waterproof. Of course it's waterproof. We like that. I don't know any other car at the moment on the market that allows you to take power out of the battery so easily. To close the boot, you press the button and it closes, and then to close the hatch, you it worked before it closed, honestly, it really did. Thank you. The smoothness of the drive is truly next generation. There's no jerkiness, there's no awkwardness. They've finessed the software that operates this machine to such a beautiful degree. It's extraordinary. Okay, so I'm about to go down a steep hill, 14%. I'm now using the Regen paddles. Oh, that's nice. To control the speed. I'm not touching the brakes at all, just doing it on the Regen. So the paddles are here behind the steering wheel. I go down the hill, I can speed, you know, as soon as you take it right off the Regen, you speed up dangerously. So then I'm putting on a lot more. That is nice. So the interior of this car, I think, I just love the styling. It's really plain, it's really simple. It looks, I tell you what it reminds me of, is the really cool technology in Spaceships in 2001. Not the rubbish stuff, the brilliant stuff. Early part of 2001, A Space Odyssey. If you don't know the movie, watch it because it's very cool. Flat floor, nothing, look, absolutely flat, right across. Really, really nice. Very, very useful stuff. Cup holders, areas there. I would imagine there's USBs, old-fashioned USBs, not USB 2s, USB old-fashioned. What else have we got down there? Just a big tray to put stuff in, very useful. These screens are just legendary, just really, it's so, I tell you what else it is, it's like an Apple store. It's like driving an Apple store, and it's a bit better. That's nice. Touchy, clicky buttons as opposed to a screen for media, navigation, map. Oh, is that cameras? Yes. Okay, so you can see the camera behind you. Half left right here. I'm going half left. That was I don't know if you noticed, that was a half left. Oh, hello, just a minute. When you indicate to the left, you get a camera view of your left-hand side, so you can see where the curb is, like down low, down that way. And when you indicate to the right, you get the view out there. I can see right where the curb is. That is beautiful. The back seats. Oh yes. Oh my goodness. So that is in the same position that I was driving it in. And look at that, it's a huge amount of room. So you could really have a nice nap in here. That'd be lovely. I'm going to adjust the headrest up. Really, really roomy. You've got your own vents in the door pillars. I like that. And then the other thing I've just found out is this. Look at that. It's adjustable. I don't think I've ever come across an adjustable rear seat before. That's all very good. So very, very spacious. The Ioniq 5 will come out later this year. The two different versions. We don't know what the price is yet. No one knows what the price is. Hasn't been announced. I'm going to guess it's not a super cheap car because it's such a high-end machine. As soon as we know that, well, obviously we're going to put that out. You know, when we get to test drive it a little bit later on, the driver's seat and passenger seat are exceptionally comfortable. I've got to get the car back pretty soon. There's other things I wanted to tell you about it, but it is really just to give the first impression of a car that, you know, when we did the first show about this one, I hadn't seen or driven the car. It was our best performing video of this year. It's done nearly 500,000 views now. And that was literally some pictures of the car. You know, it wasn't anything more complicated than that. So it is, I think it's going to be a very popular car. People are going to love this car. There we go. So I've just plugged in a charger into a car. We've done it thousands of times on fully charged, but this one is a bit different because what is actually happening here is there is electricity coming down this wire. You can see it, it's saying, it's flashing, it says charge. What does that mean? Is this car charging? Oh no, follow this wire. Oh, it goes all the way into here. It's plugged into the front of the Kona, and the Kona is taking the charge from the Ioniq 5. That is I mean, it's a simple thing, but it's amazing. You might not want to do that very often, but you can run a kettle, lights, a barbecue, all kinds of things off your car. Really, really brilliant bit of extra technology that I just think is amazing. So we haven't got any time to do any more, but I just want to thank the lovely folks at Hyundai who've arranged this and allowed us to have a sneak peek at this car, because it's going to be extremely popular. I don't even need to tell you that. It's amazing. And I just also want to thank our wonderful Patreon supporters who allow us to come to crazy secret farms like this one that aren't even on the map. So I don't know why I'm even saying that. It's a load of old nonsense. But anyway, if you're interested in helping us and supporting the show on Patreon, the links are all in the show notes beneath this episode. And as always, if you have been, thank you for watching.